And like that, it seems... Oh, hold on. I just realized I have that set loud, probably. Did we learn anything from streaming, like, 12 days for last month? I don't know. But, that whole stream, however we want to call it, comes to a close tonight. And while I tried to figure out how we were going to end it, this feels like how. I was hoping to make it multiplayer, but I don't really have anyone who can be on tonight. I had a few people. They only have 6 though. Zodi could have borrowed a copy, but Zodi's busy making eggnog apparently. So, I guess it's just me playing a single player game. Oh,
Blessings be upon you, most gracious Queen Maria, protector and sovereign of the...
I wanted to come up with some, but I guess we'll just take what the game gave us.
Queen Regna.
Uh-oh. That's a first. Can I try for round 2? Huh. I don't have music set for this one. Makes sense. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Yeah, let's set up real quick. Random map type. Let's have it in decent size. Up that a bit, make sure it's set to... Yeah, let's just set it to standard. And then I'll, again, keep the random leader. Obviously, no one can see anything yet because I'm trying to make sure that the game works.
And shrewd negotiator. Although you rose to power late in life, old age did little to slow your cunning or ambition, as you deftly managed the bustling...
I think we got it this time.
...of Venice during a time of great instability.
So let's... I think the game audio should still work. No, wait. Hold on. Gotta go back to the base capture. Let me just reselect that window. One of these pages is not like the other. Can I guess which it is? Do we have game audio? We have game audio.
Yourself with the Fourth Crusade.
There we go. We're on a hill right now. No, I don't like building... This is a lot of gold, though. Also...
This is a good place to...
Yes, thank you. Thank you. That was the wrong map view. There we go. Resource icons. And yield. I feel like that stuff should have still... Now I'm really wanting to check stuff. I'm sorry. This is all stuff I Whatever. It's all stuff I should have checked when we started, but I kind of forgot to. Let's move Settler over there. And the game crashes. I'd like to dictate that for the record, I did manage to play through Civ 5. I did like some of the scenarios. Like I've completed the William the Conqueror one. Let me check the settings. Proton on, perchance. Hey, you know what I didn't check? Let's go in there for a few seconds and make sure I didn't accidentally turn on, have my mods on. That could do it. That could do it. Yeah, I think I have City. Yeah, I have both of them installed, so we might try that instead if this fails. Here, let's go for something different. Let me turn off the text. That way we got something. Also, apparently interesting. I swear the last few times I've done that, the audio's been on. Which I'm trying to decide whether or not I think having... So for the Marvel intermission, which is the one that's currently on, because I don't know why Eclipse is... Worst part was, I tested it. Mods. No mods are installed. Longest time I didn't know that Jeff's alt created a little like healing pad. It's kind of interesting to consider how I mostly view it as like an aggressive. Oh, that's why I have to play something that's around like that. Also, why is Steam still acting up? Look, I was not planning to have this stream be so full of stuff. But it kind of doesn't help that... Oh, no, there we go.
My time to shine.
I gave it a go through.
Hold still. I'm trying to help.
Everything's looking a heck of a lot better than the last time I played it. So I think everything should be working this time.
Goodbye.
This was inevitable.
Does that mean remaster? Hopefully it's not like one. Was that Mario? Capture. I think we're doing good right now. Okay, new plan. Turn down the volume. Audio. Main volume, 60%. Music. No thank you. Thank you and have a nice day. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Chirper. Alright, and now I feel safe. I can't change it yet. Yes, I can. I don't know about that. Ah, I know. There we go. That's the way we do it. Alright. Like that. Let us begin building our beautiful fair city. Start with our base roads. Nothing's really gonna be here yet, so let's... Hope nothing goes wrong there. Let's get... Let's see. Am I sure about that? Can go like... halfway and then do a full one, then do our 90 for a parallel. And what we'll do is we'll take our one way now that we have that. Oops, wrong way. Curve tool. Here we go. Now we got this going. Back to two-way roads. Put that out by one. Turn off our road guideline there for now so I don't have to deal with it. Then let's go out one more. Maybe let's go 3 over. 2, 3, up to 1, connect up to that. And then from here, when we have highways and are actually doing it, right here will be like the off-ramp, which gives us a good distance between there and our starting point. Well, there and our interchange. Alright, let's begin zoning. Let's decide that this road is not exactly going to be touched by much, and from here over, this road is going to be commercial. Then, since this is a main road, we'll also allow it to go there. And then we'll fill in here with residential. So, like, here back will be... Actually, you know what? With that being in the interchange, I might change that in the future. So let's do another 3. Up by 1. Go that way. Down by 1. Just basically building out our grid already. It's like that. And everything here will also be residential. And now we need to look at our water. Water intake will just come from the river. Whoops. Outflow will be the same thing. Let's connect these up like so. Do the usual thing of just control them under the roads. Make sure there's redundancy in there because inevitably you shoot yourself in the rear. Do us there for now. Oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, we can produce a good amount of solar on this coast. Let's build 3 right there. Connect you up with the power line. And then... it's that corner road right there. Because if we fill this in with housing, it should just connect up to the city. Now, we do have an innate problem on that front, and that problem is lack of industry. Ah, yes. Now, thankfully, the one thing I kind of didn't like about Cities 1, which was a regression from from which was a regression from SimCity. That one. I don't know why I had to think about it like it was like some fancy pants name. It really wasn't. Was that SimCity had simulation for the like which way the wind blew. So you didn't want to have everybody living upwind of the industrial complex. You know what? Yeah, that's exciting. Yeah, shit's off by 1. So let's do that. I'm gonna do this one closer because I'm beginning to question myself on how necessary that really was. So this is a main road already. So let's have... how do we want to do this? By the same way we do it all the time. Just making it up as we go. And this right here will be our industrial park. Which again we'll have just some commercial padding right there. Let's draw the water out a bit more. Something like that. Just remove that because I am being way too big on have to have this just look clean. And I think we can start having the village begin building. It's been so long since we last played cities. Also, is that like double? No, that's just one. It sort of is creating a thing from like the power. The catenary. Let's speed it up a bit. I think we will have to add a couple more blocks to cover having more residents. But we should begin making money soon. You know what? Let's just go ahead and do it and build like another couple blocks. Alright, so right there would be our next spots. And then we'll fill this in once we have the power actually connected on this side. Put that there, but we'll take that there. And actually, let's just remove those houses for now, because for all I know, we will just keep this sort of main street. And there we go. Now we should be able to run some power lines over here. Oopsie doodles, we might have done some misconstruedals. Hopefully some will fit in there. That should bring power over to our industry. Look! We got a Denny's already! So in case anybody in the community gets drunk, they got a place to go. Also, I might want to get rid of the 2 adjacent ones there. Because those are also sitting on top of a lot. I'm actually surprised I haven't developed this side yet. One would think I would naturally develop the reverse side, but I don't know, just color me not doing my job, I guess. Don't do that, please. There we go. Now we're just about out of money. No, let's just, you know, keep up having the commercial there. Because we're Americans, and that's how we do it in America. Because we have Denny's like 2 blocks away from each other. Actually, if anything, we'd probably... maybe these... Oops! I was gonna actually de-zone that anyways. I was gonna say, like... Hey, we hit Hamlet, that's good. Now we get the school, now we get... the snow dump, which is very important because we're playing on a snowy map. And a bunch of other stuff. Let's pause that real quick. Let's just... oh, wait. It doesn't overwrite. Let's overwrite those with... as well. Or we'll fight with myself over what exactly we're doing there as time progresses. Let's see. So now we have access to the snow dump. Which is in this road service right here. This will collect all the snow off of our roads. I think we'll actually just do a road parallel there. And have it sort of just back-facing towards the road. Which, you know, when you think about it, if the snow just constantly piles up there, which is how it works. Oh, that'd be questionable with which way the wind blows. Alright. Garbage. Garbage. We'll be right across the street from it. Not exactly. Let's just do a road going down. Throw it there. Don't get the recycling facility, but oh well. Healthcare. Let's do a small community clinic there, which will make me agree to zone that and that. Last thing we'll need is the school, which I think will probably be placed somewhere, maybe here. Right. Now we can watch the little snow trucks come and clear off our roads. Come and salt the roads. Look at it. Can't do this in cities too, yet can we? Watch little trucks plow the roads. How nice. How happy. How peaceful and calm. Now then, time to raise taxes. Think about how sad it'd be living here. Do I have resource yet? I don't. That's just like... you know, I think that might just be, like, stuff peeking out. That might not actually imply that this is on top of a, ore deposit. Of course, it slowed down time when we leveled up. Road names! Not yet. It's only 1% full. And our roads are relatively clear. How nice. And we are low on power. Well, the option was either a new wind turbine or a new school. The community decided on the wind turbine. Or so I'm told. Of course, sadly, I'm not meeting my need for industrial, so... Get this out of the way. Oh! Leveled up again. Now we have police and fire. And could technically expand over here, which will be good. We have a better coal plant. Why am I not just putting in coal plants? Well, if I'm being honest with myself, I think it might be time for one. Alright, so we probably don't have enough for the fire station or that. That's fine. But this coal plant will give us enough power. Right. Fill up this block with industrial. Might be within my interest to introduce a new industrial area at some point. Also, talk about my interests. These power lines. Yay! Got that road in. Now let's create our first zone. Which is not exactly our downtown core. But will do us just fine. Like that. We have our first settlement. Where we hide all the elves. Can I see resources now? Good. Yeah, no, it's just forestry. There should be... Okay, looks like there's some ore up there. Ore over there. And oil over there. Also some oil over there. The big development I would make is the farmland right there. Now let's see. Yeah, we got a bunch of services we're not taking advantage of. Fire station. The adjoining police station. So this should be Main Street. This will now be Main Street. Especially since it goes, like, parallel with the highway. That kind of can make it make sense. Like, oh, you know, way back when, let's take out a loan. Do the 20k. Probably should have done the 60, but I don't know. Gives us the police station right there. Then we have the school. This was the biggest question. I think we'll put it right in the middle. Yeah, right in the middle right here. Keep up the zoning good commercial right there, since, again, we're calling it Main Street, so obviously there's going to be like a bunch of commercial along there. And now everybody's got what they want. Nobody can complain to me that we don't have X, Y, or Z. It does strike me, actually, I might have this a bit close to have it. Yeah, it's like this one, I think we can make an argument for it passing over the interchange right here. This one's a bit in, so we'd have to redesign the whole interchange. Dang, we just be growing. Alright, let's see if we really... Well, we got this sports hall. That's not a bad one. There, we would need to put in at this level. High school. That would be something again. I think what we'll do is we will once more introduce a new block. Give us the school. So I think our high school should... Yeah, let's just put it across the street from the police station. That gets it basically in range of a lot of the housing we have out over here. Doesn't fit though with the no, it doesn't fit with the traditional grid, but I do like using these because they feel like a lot more what I would see. Like they fit more in it fits more in a suburb. Alright. Build out some parks. The only clock you'll ever need. Problem is it now says 0, doesn't it? Interesting. You know, if I'm being honest, I am actually vaguely tempted to move the police station. I don't know yet, though. We have high residential demands. Which... how much does that cost? A little over what I got right now. I think our next tile would be this one. That bridge is wonk. So let's expand the boundaries of Christmas Village again. Let's just basically give them this whole coast. And then up here, let's do... plan for something else. Let's just go. Yeah, let's do that. Just... it's silly, but I like it. We should have enough for that bottom tile. Let's get our bottom tile, which is the only tile we have at the minute. What did I do this for? I want to say it's... Yeah, I feel like it's 3. Yes. 3, but we can't really do 3 on this side. Come on. Come on. Come on. Give me the money. It would help if you speed up your game. Yeah, it would probably would help if I listened to myself. I'll give you that credit. Why would I build a canal right now? Where in this map do you see need to build a canal anyways? One more. Perfect. Now we can build all this zoned residential I need. How are we doing on power, by the way? Oh, there's the thing. Do I have any heating at the... I still have an unlocked heating. We need 2,400 population for that. I'll be. Thankfully, our water and sewage is keeping up. You know what, I think I do have specialized industry now, don't I? Oh yeah, no, I can actually build like specialized farming areas. That's a thought. Let's do my usual. Build the high school into a large block. Yes, I do have enough space to put the library here. Nice. That's basically in vicinity that will boost the schools. Which hopefully aren't at capacity. Where did we put the elementary school? Right there. It's a bit full. Right, that one's on Genius for not, you know, filling in his pipes. No reason. None to see there. Guess we might use some keys, though. And actually, now that I'm at this intersection, could get a bit more complicated if we, per se, are going to build up over here. Oh, getting cold. People are using their power. Let's maybe just save up money while we build up our investment portfolio. What? Let's save up money. Plans to put in more industry. None to see there, right? None to see there. How far away am I from highways, by the way? Next level. Perfect. Let's see. Still having power problems. Which, granted, can be easily met with a... Whoops. Don't know why I filled that in like that. Ha! You look away for a few seconds and suddenly everybody's again using more power. These people are just, you know... Actually, you know what there probably is that... I probably do have access to that installation policy by now. Or not. Okay. That's kind of just a thing. I know, build an industrial area. We'll get there when we get there. So nothing. I'm actually surprised how not bad traffic is. Let's maybe just fill these in with resin. Alright. Let's maybe just fill these in with residential real quick. Wait, that was wrong. Because with it being in the negatives outside, I'm sure nobody... This won't cause any unnecessary strain on the electrical grid. Wow. Quotes that come moments before disaster. In other news, though, we now have access to making the we now have the ability to keep things warm. If we just take out a loan. Just that real quick while we plan this out. Actually, double check. What is the output difference between the two? 120 versus 80. This one's more expensive to build. This one, of course, pollutes. No, I can still do that. Okay. That's besides the point, though. Indeed. Indeed it is. Of course, nobody will bat an eye if we place this in the industrial park. What might get some eyes batted at, though, is not having it literally next to the mains. Alright, let's get Main Street upgraded for warming. We should have more than enough to sort of branch out. And then there's just this sad gap right there that, I don't know, might be a park or something. Who knows? We'll wait and see. And that was all the money we had. Now, mate. Yeah, I was gonna say it probably just needs a minute to take effect, and then whammo! Free power. Nice thing about heating. Also, we have access to highways now, so we can rework some of this. As soon as I let the money build up again. Because again, we spent it all on heating because otherwise they use electricity. I think I can... or from... Let's turn on extra insulation. And also say no electric heating because that's waste we'll begin with. Let's also expand the community so it's mostly this side of the highway. We might be missing some companies, that's all. Boom. Fixed. And that way we know if there's a capacity problem, we'll see it. Uh-oh. We've had access to the... Do we? Oh, the cemetery! Yes. That would be something we would have access to. Something like that. Let us... I'm not sure about that. Let's put, say, right here. So we'll have it back there. Should start picking up all the dead people I sort of kind of missed. Because I didn't realize we had cemeteries now. let's just... Let's assume I'll make a block to sort of even that out. Not many high school educated people. Gonna need to build another elementary school, though. Let's just build out this area. Freeform tool, please. Make me go down one. Yep. Go something like that. Just make a road that sort of serpents its way across the coast. There we go. Not enough educated workers, so that's a new one. Also, let's pause real quick so we can adjust the highway for traffic. Just gonna have to disconnect that, sadly. Also, now that I think about it, we're in a frozen area. Would we really? Let's see. Decent size. Nope. No, that's basic. This will lower it. Let's increase our harshness. And then this, hopefully, should be what I want. Yep. Just make sure we can clear this over there. Let's do our subtool. Up terrain. And we don't have money to landscape. Oopsies. Downtime. Here we go. That should get us a good slope. Yep. Those look a bit nicer. And let's make sure we do our dear friend minute details. Page up. Right. Let's see, no problems with my plan whatsoever. No, sir. See. So that should be about 2. 3, 4. H down. Have us right about there, yeah. And they're both facing the wrong way. Actually, no, that one was facing the wrong way. That should do us for now. Do we want to clean it up? Deal with our little schooling problem real quick. Drop them a nice little community school over here. Surprisingly, traffic is working very nicely around here. Ignoring that, I disconnected 2 ends of the electrical grid. Problem fixed. Alright. Drag Water Street out. Do something like that. We're gonna argue with that. It's kinda nice. And then that can help to alleviate traffic coming between these areas. Let's see if we're having any problem. Oh. Wow. Okay, maybe a bit of a problem there. We still haven't gotten the incinerator yet. There's always more stuff I want to build. No, a shop has been... multiple shops have been abandoned. Nice. You know, one of the sad parts about this is you didn't... There's like no way to make a retaining wall. Kind of interesting, though, to take note of how this was kind of right. We'll see how that reflects later on. Ooh, money. Let's build a library. Costs a lot of the money I already have. And I don't see that. You were supposed to... Right, we were going to throw in the recycling center. I think 2 of them... Yeah, it's like 4 wide, so basically like 2 of them would be the entire block section. We'll just complete that road. Yeah, we'll get that more industry. Someday. Actually, if I was smart, I'd be aggressively using the loans. Then we could, like, try and... Hmm. Oh! There we go. Got enough for my dear recycling facility, which can hopefully help with the landfill problem. We can empty that out. This just melts. People want parks. I don't disagree. So I appear to have lost my cursor. It's blending in with the snow. Actually, you know what? We're not doing much at the moment. Let's make a park district. Whew! Bit big there. Bit big there, bud. Apparently Porter Street just went overboard. Let's fix our street problem. Let's fix our street problem with the tool somehow they didn't have when Cities 2 dropped. There we go. And what the heck? Since it's on that street. Ah, yes, and then we have all these parks. Which we can try spreading around. So, apparently we're not collecting enough trash. And another recycling facility can't solve. Let's add out some parks, but no. We got that. Where's the fire pit park? No. Skating rink, curling park, sledding hill, ice sculpture park. I'd rather put this one by the schools. You know what? Yeah, we'll put it next door to this one. Curling park, we can put... Let's just slightly build up this block. Bring back our parks. I thought that curling park would take up a whole block. I was wrong. But we'll drop it right here. Sledding hill. I mean, who doesn't love a good sledding hill? Let's put it over here, because they don't really have much park there. And then we just have an empty spot right here. Which we'll review later. That still doesn't feel right. Like, why am I having a trash problem all this sudden if my garbage facilities are hardly using their trucks? Probably because I'm trying to empty out the landfill. Duh. Let's get to building out this park. Actually, it does kind of perfectly fit right there. Alright, now we have access to the side gates. Should be behind the library. Next to the school. Probably right there. And it's right there. Oh! Trash must have piled up, so our heating stopped working. That explains that. At least. Which is... Fill that in so the park doesn't kill me. Let's get rid of that. This one should guide like that. Let's see. I don't think we can get the angle we want for this one. No, we cannot. Let's... I don't know, like drop that there. And then you know what? We just... No. I'm not feeling that now. No, we're gonna do it like that. We do it like this, and then we have like the center of the park right there. Let's make sure that parking spot, you got access to restroom. I don't think we're gonna be able to put much in this park, it's the thing. But you never know. Never know what you can make fit sometimes. That being the center, we'll do... Let's see. What if we do it right there? Put our cafe in next door. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. I guess granted, you'd rather that be against the road. Probably the same here. Let's see, is there any building I didn't throw in here? No? My restroom up there. Drop a restroom down there. Yes, I know we have a high school. We've got a park now. That's something. Let's find out we're going to connect these two roads. Yeah, apparently. Not exactly one complaint. Look at how nice it is to play this. To play this game. Let's draw that out one more. We can draw the border. That'll be it for Christmas Village. I'm gonna take that block in. We'll have our little winter coast over there. Eventually we're gonna have to redo the interchange right here. I gotta think about how I want to do this community. I think for now, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Bridge over. Turn off our road guidelines. So I'll have to go over the railroad tracks as well. And let's begin planning our new industrial area. Just get all this farmland here. We better use it. Go farming industry, so we'll get the farmhouse, drop down there. And of course, because we're on this, all we get the option for are greenhouses in comparison to you can change the fields up on a regular map. I forgot to grab that. Let's grab that real quick. Stretch that all the way over here. Put silos on the back of the house, I guess. At least for now. Actually, you know what? Let's move that one. I'm about to point out how stupid I am. Or not. We just stretch a couple factories right there. Hey! Park leveled up. Meanwhile, I slaughtered our industrial demands. Darn me. So I can do that. Level 2. Let's go. Mostly stuff I can't put in there. But the chessboard park is actually big enough where I can continue one of my favorite things to do with parks, which is when you have like a square like that, you have a path just surrounding it. But apparently the game wants to throw a fit. So we'll go that route. Alright. Industry. We need production facilities. Should not be on that same road. Main road right here. Let's give way to Let's see. Yeah, no, that's like the width of a road. Let's do from there. That should be a nice curve. And we can begin with our crop greenhouses. Branch this out. So we begin servicing the industry there. We have okay, sweet. Keep the old main road situation going. Pause because I'm about to be a pain in my derriere. Let's keep that going like that. One of the next things we'd want to do... Oh, okay, I guess we just have... pastures. Got there. This one, again, I think it's like 8, so like... No, I would say... Okay, yeah, no, that will take up like... a whole brush. So, 1, 2, 3, 4... Right out there, we'll have them start feeding the animals and whatnot. Yep, we have access to that. So to speak, let's downgrade these so that they're less maintenance. Not that it matters. What we got here? Pigs! I don't know how much they'd like this, so let's go for some cows. Ooh, we need a warehouse for that beef. Don't have access to trains yet, do we? Do have trams, but I don't think our traffic is bad enough. We need public transit. Like, if anything will make it bad, it's the growth of this industry. Okay, yeah, no. We definitely need residential expansion now. This area I can work on. Let's build a bunch more houses over here. Put that in with commercial. That in. Maybe fill that in. Open to interpretation, really. Sure, everything is still in the district. It is. That will need zone. Figured out. And of course, the Winter Coast still needs figured out as well. Let's see. Yeah, we're producing enough. We can cut back on the windows. So let's sort of start our grids from our center. Okay, so here's our start. Here's our main street. This is where we'll... Right. That. That. Well, actually, if you're at these facilities, it's actually warm. See right there. Let's... Sure. Yeah, so let's sort of say that this one is like the center of the village. So let's get a firehouse going. Police station. Don't forget the cemetery again. Wait, look. I think on this corner. School. Actually, you know what? Pop down to high school first, and then we're out of cash. Quite out of cash. Good. All connected electrically. Why did I get a ping? Because somebody probably wants me. Let's finish this up. Wait. Oh, because that was 3 wide, that's why. So if I wanted to repeat that, I'd have to make this 3 wide. But I don't think I will. Let's see what it would take to fit the library in here. I would take making it 3 wide, of course. No, I'm not about to breathe my own self-hatred. Alright. Let's build out this. Now... Perfect. I don't know what the heck. I haven't dropped any landings. Let's see. We have the sleigh ride. Drop down our school now. Let's go for the old one just because it has a bit of a bigger footprint. Oh! Hey, we got the offshore ones now. Those are way better. Let's get one more of these. Actually, I don't think I need that one. That's enough to have those connected. The downside is I want to keep that one because right now that one is connecting over here to the power grid. Granted. Now then, parks. Because I know which ones I want to drop. Ones I like to drop down there. Tennis court. Because you're totally playing tennis in this weather. Streets that help make a city successful. Jeez, that's big. Transport park. Oh, right. No, all these are based off DLCs. So, the industries gets industry DLC. Transport for parks and recreation. Did they disable they disabled basketball on this map? Unless it's under tourism and leisure, but I don't think it is. Interesting. Two more bucks. Technically 4 more. So Winter Coast is not that big of a population. Of course, most of our people were getting jobs over there. I wonder why my door opened.
I'm getting ignored.
Hey, did you see your role in chat, by the way?
Ah, I'm a mod.
And?
An artist?
Yeah!
Yeah, you're
Even if you aren't being credited for it. You're only credited when you appear in chat.
I'm still getting ignored.
Alright, what does the great ignored want?
You should look at the messages I've sent you.
Oh, why do I feel like I know what you're complaining about? It's the worst part. Nope, no messages.
I sent you 5 messages.
While we're here, do you mind telling me how often I message you and you say nothing?
Yeah, but you also ignored me in stream, so I've come. Okay, but also, I would like to point out that half the time, you giving me context is busy, poking emoji. Bueller, I'm not answering that. I sent... Are you done? I have a Christmas present for you. You can even spend a half an hour on your stream opening your Christmas present. How many messages do I need to send for you to look at my this message? And then I go to Twitch because clearly you're ignoring your other messages, and I go hi.
Really, I'm ignoring Discord
I'm like,
because do
"You're
not
ignoring
disturb
me
is on.
too." So I've come to the most obvious thing.
Alright, well, I guess I'm being pestered to end stream. So,
Bye-bye, chat.
you think it's over. It's only over, gonna be over on one stream, though. And for the VOD. I mean, it's alright, quarter after 10.
That's why I asked.
So the end would be about 10:30. So we're gonna keep having a bit of fun on the... Did you just close... Were you watching on Twitch?
I'm still watching on Twitch. I'm getting the feedback.
Interesting. Enjoy.
It's really confusing.
Anywho, so we're gonna end it on the YouTube side of things. Twitch will go into BRB mode. As for the VOD for all of it, as always, I've been me, you've been you. Merry Christmas to all. See you next time.